But either way, the reason it's easy is because it's the only thing acellular that you're going to be looking at this week. So picking out the thyroid gland should be pretty straightforward. Just remember the two different kinds of cells. Yeah.
You said the follicle is the follicular cells and the colony?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, in this particular slide, there's not much in the way of parafollicular cells. Maybe down here, maybe one or two in here, but for the most part, in this particular picture, we're pretty much just got follicles in there. Yeah.
And the colloid is the same terminology as the thyroid globulin?
Yeah, so colloid, it's like, so colloid is like so you have a liquid running in your veins. So it's a liquid, but we would always call that blood. Well, this is a colloid, but its specific name is thyroglobulin. It's the type of colloid. So it's more of a chemistry term when it comes to that use of the term colloid. But it would not be incorrect to say that this is a colloid. But the name of this particular colloid is thyroglobulin.
And when the colloid gets bigger, that's just overstimulated, overactive?
There's two things. So you could be having the follicular cells producing too much, or you could have your thyroid not releasing it. And so both could be the problem. In most cases, it's the thyroid not releasing it, actually, that causes it to get bigger. So you're still making it, but not dumping it into your body. And there's another look. So while I'm on the thyroid, I might as well mention the parathyroid gland. Again, this is pretty simple because all I want you to do is say, hey, it's the parathyroid gland. But parathyroid gland gets its name because it's actually physically attached to the thyroid gland, but it looks very, very different. As you can see here, it's really dense and purple. Very little cytoplasm in the cells. That's why it looks so dense. That's what causes things to look more dense when you're looking at cells. It's because there's less cytoplasm. Cytoplasm lets light move through, so it lightens things up, makes them look less crowded. Well, this is really, really dense cells, and so these are always what your parathyroid is going to look like. The hint will also be that the thyroid gland is right there, and so it should be a pretty easy one to pick out. I encourage you, before you even put the thyroid gland slide on your microscope, just hold it up to the light and make sure that you have a parathyroid gland, because that's a way easier way to look for it. You'll be able to see it with your naked eye. That way you're not just panning around endlessly looking for a parathyroid gland that may or may not actually be in the slide. All right, let's go back up to the pituitary real quick. Let's talk about the hypothalamus.